What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and if it's your first time joining the channel, please subscribe to my channel, turn on your post notifications, like my videos, and please share to friends of friends that would also share and also subscribe to my channel. So before I start today's video, I want to say a very big thank you to everybody that subscribed to my channel, liked my videos, and even watched to the end. I really do appreciate the gesture, and I really hope to continue to get this kind of vibe. So with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Alright guys, so I'm sure we all know what I'm talking about from the title of the video. So today I'm going to be talking to us, or telling us, or giving us tips on things that we should know and things that we're supposed to take to camp to make our life very easy. So in a nutshell, I'm going to be talking about the necessary things to take to camp. Now I divided those things into 5 different groups, or 5 different criteria or anything. But the most important thing, and sorry please, I might be looking down because I wrote them down. The most important thing that I can say you need, without that, you're not even going to be allowed into camp. You're not even going to be allowed to do anything. You can't even partake in any activity. It is your credential. And the credentials are like up to 8, and they are very important. So I'm going to be starting with the first thing. First things first. After your NYSC registration online, you'll be told to print out your green card, which will be generated, I think, a day or some hours after you've done your registration and you've made your payments, the remitter payments, and all those things. Is your green card. I'll put in some images around so that you can know what it means when I'm, doing all the normal usual things. But then your green card, and then after your green card, you're gonna have to wait a couple of days. So you have to print your green card in colored and probably have photocopies up to like, let me see, 7, just to be sure. Anything can happen, so just have 7 copies. So everything I'm going to be listing below, please make sure you have 7 photocopies of the original. So the first thing is your green card. Now after your green card, the next thing is your call-up letter. Now on your call-up letter, you have your informations. That's where you know where you'll be posted to. So if you're posted to Lagos or Ibadan or Ekiti State or any of those states, then your call-up letter. Those are the 2 main things that you need to print on the NYSC portal. And the next thing they will ask you to bring is your Sp2 reports, the original Sp2 reports. And there might be counterfeits and all those things depending on what you want to do. All I know is go to camp with your Sp2 report. I don't know what is in your Sp2 report, but just go to camp with your Sp2 report. Now the next thing will be your statement of result. That's the one that you got from school. That's the one that consists of the graduated from so and so university with so and so degrees and study so and so. That's your statement of results. So you need to come with the original copy. And yeah, on the site, I'm sure after you do there's going to be an orientation meeting, something like on Zoom, a Zoom meeting, and after that you're going to be asked to do your registration, COVID-19 registration, as well as in the COVID section. So everything is about nose mask, preventive measures for COVID and all those things. So you'll be required to do your COVID-19 registration on the NYSC portal. And when that is completed, you also have to print. There's a slip online that you have to print. The same process you went through when you were printing your green card and your call-up letter is the same process you're going to go through. The next thing is passport. Your passport will always be with a white background, and I'm not even going to say go with as many passports as you can, because you would you run out of passports in camp. You run out of passports. I think I used up to like 7 or 8 for so many things. Different things pop up at different times that you need passports for. So I would advise you go with probably 12 copies, and if you have extra ones that you've taken at home, please bring along, because even after camp you're going to be needing it everywhere you go to. For example, when you report to your PPA, you're going to need passports. When you go to your LGI, you're going to need passports. I think I'll do another video about how my documentation process went through and the experience I had in camp. But back to this, for medical personnel like pharmacists, doctors, nurses, all those in the medical family, you have to come with your medical is it I don't know, they just read medical, but then you have to come with your medical, I don't know, medical reports. They have to come with medical reports, but then you have to come with, I don't know, maybe when you do your internship or something, it's just medical. I'm not a medical student, so I don't know, but there is something like medical students should be medical, not medical reports, but in medical, something you should have to prove like that, your medical certificate, yes. You have to come with your medical certificate, probably the one you got from your internship, completion of internship, and just all your credentials as a medical practitioner. I'm sure you all know what you need. So those are the main. Oh, and one more thing, your ID card, school ID card is very important. So if you know you gave somebody your ID card, please call that person to send it to you, because you need your school ID card. So you have to have photocopy of your school ID card, both front and back. For the ID card, I think you might just do maybe 4 photocopies, but for every other credential, I would advise that you have 7 to 9 maximum of those copies, because you never know when you might need them. Even in the bank, they ask you for it. So the next point, or the next out of the 5, the next one I'm going to go to is your clothing. Just forget it. If you are planning to go and shy, or you are planning to go and show people your dress, or going to go and kill people, like they say, kill them, dead the idea now. There is nothing like that in camp. Every camp unbooze everybody. So if you're going to camp with that idea, please just bring just lower your expectations, because camp will make everybody the same. What you're going to be wearing throughout is white and white. So I advise that we all try as much as possible to get white, your white t-shirts, probably round neck, your white t-shirts, your white shorts. They must be extremely comfortable for you, because as ladies, if you go and buy the tight one and then you just bend and then you're your own. So you have to have your white shirts, your white shorts, your white rubber shoe. It's very important, because in my own camp we didn't have the floor it wasn't interlocked or cemented or any of those things. It was sand. So you're moving from one place to sand, why would you be wearing a sneaker there? That means you want to wash and kill yourself, of which me, I could not. So I just wore my rubber sneaker. So you can get a very comfortable rubber sneaker before going to camp. And the next thing is socks. The same thing, just have as many socks as you'd love to, because you want to be clean. It's white, nobody wants to be dirty, everybody wants to be sleek with their white. Your waist pouch is very important in camp. That's like your safest zone ever. Without your waist pouch, I don't know how you want to cope in camp, because that's where you put your phone, that's where you put your power bank, that's where you put your charger, that's where you put your meal ticket, that's where you put your cards. That's where you just put the most valuable things to you. Even the key to your padlock that you use to padlock your box is going to be in a waist pouch, because you're not allowed to hold extra purses apart from your waist pouch, so that you look smart and you're smart. The next thing is cardigan. Colored cardigans are not accepted in camp. If you're going to camp and you know you need a cardigan, we don't know what is going to be happening by the time you're going to camp. You need a white cardigan. All white, no design, nothing, all white cardigan. And if you know you can't get cardigan, or it's the period of time to get cardigan is just too short, you can't get anyone, or you can still go to camp. And then when you're giving your kits, the 7/7 kits, the jacket is also a very preferable option to use the jacket is also a very preferable cover up to use when you're feeling cold in the morning. And last one, which is optional, is church wear. So if we like going to church, just prepare 3 church outfits for the 3 Sundays that you'll be spending in camp, and 1 more extra outfit for carnival days. Because in my own camp, I heard from other camps that jean trousers were allowed, but in my camp, no. You have to wear a traditional fit. If you're not wearing a traditional fit, you wear your 6/7. So just so you can feel among and you don't feel awkward when your friends are looking all nice with their natural or native attire and all those things, I would advise that you go there with your own native attire that you would love to wear on the carnival day. Now on to the next point. I'm going to food/provision. Alright, for me, I don't eat a lot, so I don't really think I had a very big problem with their food. But I'm not going to say anything. But you see, your provisions, they're the most important. They're also important. I won't say the most, it's also very important that you have provisions. So go with your milk, go with your Bonvita, go with your cornflakes, go with your Golden Mon, all those things. Just make sure that you're very comfortable with snacks, because snacks will keep you pushing where you think you can't go through. Snacks will do the magic. The next thing is toiletries. All right, we all know that we're going to camp, and camp is not like our house, so you need to adapt to whatever it is that you meet in camp. I would advise that we make sure we go with more than enough toiletries. So you go with your toilet roll, your toothbrush, your toothpaste. Your antiseptic is very important, especially for my ladies. You need your antiseptic. I don't care if you think you're going with a small bottle, please buy the big bottle, because you're going to be using antiseptic for a lot of things in camp that you never imagined you might need them for. So your antiseptic is very important. Your bathing soap, your cream and spray, and all those necessary things you have to get. Your bucket and bowl. Bucket and bowl is very important. So if not, you go and buy at expensive rates in the camp at Mami Market. So your bucket and bowl, if you want to buy, like I did buy my own in camp, because I cannot be carrying bucket and bowl. I'm a baby girl for life. But then you need a bucket and bowl. And for the ladies, when it comes to the terms when you need to go and use the ladies, you need to buy your poo box. I'm never going to buy poo box, because you can't put that booty there. It's not for the ladies, please. So we need to buy a poo box that's for the ladies. And other necessary things we all know for the girls, your sanitary towel or tampons and all those things. And then generally you need your torchlights in the night, maybe when you want to go and fetch water before light out or something, or maybe you want to go and use the ladies in the middle of the night. You need your torchlight. The most important thing when it comes to the toiletries, your padlock. When you're giving your kids your shoe, the jungle boots, your khaki trouser, your crested vest. The crested vest is the one they write NYSC on, which I'll be putting somewhere around here so that we can all see what I'm talking about. You need to padlock them in your box. People steal in camp. Even your buckets, they will steal. So you need permanent marker. You need permanent marker to write on your things, your socks, your feet, everything. Use your marker. Encrypt your name, encrypt your signature, whatever it is, so that when you see your things outside, you know. In camp, when you're giving your kids, your cap is the most important thing. Your cap. So try as much as possible to keep your cap. When you want to sleep, put your cap in your box and padlock. That's the safest thing, especially when you don't know your roommates, and your roommates might be kleptos. I can't say, but then those are like the most important things that you need. Now, on to the last but not the least, the most important thing you need in camp, owo shekoko, is money. You need to have a lot of money. Don't say that you are going to camp and you are going to camp with like 30k. Camp will camp you back. You will camp yourself back. When you get home, my joggy, you look like stick. So when you are going to camp, just your parents know now. Just tell your daddy, mommy, camp. But at the same time, it does not also mean that when you go to camp, you live a lavish life. Please, let's all be respectful. Let's all be understanding. The country right now is not smiling at us. But at the same time, you don't want to go to camp to suffer. So you need to have money. You need to be contented with what you have. And you need to have money. Money is very important. After your credentials, money next. See every thing I've been saying, you can use money to buy. It's just that it's expensive. But money, when it comes to the kitchen and you don't want to eat their food, you go to mommy. Just so we know, if we're saying things are expensive now, mommy is expensive. If there's any English like that, things are extremely expensive. If you want to charge your phone, you pay. If you want to eat, obviously we all know that we pay, but you pay like double. And I'm not going to say anything, but then we all know that camp is not like our house. You cannot eat what you want when you want. It might not even taste like you like. So you just have to subject yourself until you find the one that your taste bud aligns to. So you want to charge your phone, you want to eat, you want even water. Call me. Water is expensive. So what are we saying? You want to see, if you want to even have your bath in the morning and you don't want to use cold water, they sell hot water. So just go with your money. You'll be comfortable if you go with money. You'll be comfortable to an extent if you go to camp with money, because you buy all water, you buy all those things. So with that being said, to me, I feel like those are the most important things you need in camp to at least survive for the first 3 weeks. For those 3 weeks, I think these are the most important things. Go with enough whites. For those people that don't like washing, or those of us that don't want to wash, they have dry cleaners there, which means you still need some money. to pay so that they will wash. But then that's camp life for you. I don't think camp is supposed to be a place for us to be comfortable, but at the same time, with all being said, you would enjoy camp. Yes, we all said camp was somehow blah blah blah, but then at the end, camp is also still fun. I mean, it's showing you what the real life is. So to be able to fit into that lifestyle, you need to have most of these things, or all the things I've listed above or earlier. Like I said, you need to have all those things in your box. And with that being said, I hope I've helped everybody that is, planning, or anybody planning to go to camp, to make up their mind on things that they might need, and how to survive. And I'll see you guys in the next video.